Hello and welcome to MyFusion Helper. My name is Nick Kulovic, and in this short video we're going to go over using the countdown timer. Now to start, let's go ahead and hop on into the app, and let's go ahead and with a live demo of how to set it on up. Alright, now that we are in our helper builder of our countdown timer, let's go ahead and give it a name here, countdown timer. And we'll just call it example. Now you'll be presented with our auto-generated preview of the configuration options that we're going to go through below. So we have 4 different timer types. Our first timer type is a fixed date and time timer, which allows you to count down to a specific date and time, which is great for fixed webinars, holiday promotions, events, and more. So say if you wanted to run a limited time offer for an event where there's a fixed date and time and a cutoff for sales, this is what you want to go ahead and use. Now we have a little easy date and time picker here. You can just go ahead and select the calendar, select which date you choose, and away you go. Let's say if we wanted to do, let's do New Year's, for example, of this year. Let's just do 11:59 p.m. Alright, so let's just go ahead and do a countdown to New Year's, and let's take our time zone to New York. So that's our fixed date and time. The next date and time option is our contact field. Contact field allows you to select a contact field in the record that will hold a date and time object, such as a future webinar date, an appointment, or maybe the sales cutoff date for a limited time offer. So you can just go ahead and select those date and time fields that we populate, select the time zone, or go ahead and attempt us to match using the context time zone. The third option that we have is our Evergreen countdown timer. Now, an Evergreen countdown timer allows you to add an increased amount of time to the timer for an Evergreen style. Note that each contact ID that will be used creates a unique countdown timer so that Jane and Bob both have different times depending on when they open and start their Evergreen cycle. So as you go here, you can see we can just go ahead and add, for example, 2 days. If we wanted to do a 48 hours countdown timer, no hours, something like that. Or say if you want to do a 60-day timer, whatever you would like to do. And these are the countdown timer options. So we have fixed, contact field, evergreen, and then our last one here is dynamic. Now the dynamic one is more for advanced users that allows you to pass the UTC timestamp or a date string using the to variable in your query string. So again, this is more for our advanced users that allow some dynamic population. So for this example, we're just going to go and use the fixed date and time option. And then we'll just go ahead and use our New Year's countdown. Everything looks good. So let's just go ahead and move along. And you'll notice that we have some toggles for if you want to show the years, months, and dates to that relativeness. So you notice that we have no more years because it's going to be this year, but we have 9 months, 7 days to New Year's. So more of a standard is just going to be this days, hours, minutes, and seconds. And you just go ahead and click them on and off as at your free will. Moving along, you'll next be presented with our background color option, which allows you to set the background color to the timer as you like, or you can go ahead and check this if you want to go ahead and use a transparent background. For this example, let's just go ahead and make a black on white countdown timer. Nice and simple, nice and easy. So let's just go background color as black, and then move on down. Let's go ahead and set our digit color to white. Just use our color picker there, and let's go ahead and set our label color as well. Okay, everything's looking good so far. You see it's auto populated. Now we'll go ahead and select our different font types. I like this one called Chewy. It's kind of funky there. And you'll notice that it's a little bit big for us. I'm going to go ahead and size this down just a little bit. Let's just go ahead and make it a little bit smaller. That looks good. Perfect. Now you notice that we also give you the option to select a different font for your label if you want to make it different, for example, or we can just go ahead and keep it the same. That looks great. And then same thing as the digital font size, you can scale the label percentage to the font size. So right now we're at 25% of this 65 value, and say if I wanted to scale it down to 20. You see as it gets bigger and smaller. So if you wanted it, more relative and more standout, you just go ahead and increase this. I like 25. Let's go ahead and keep it there. Moving on, we have a handful of more options that allows you to customize your countdown timer. If you want to go ahead and select a spacer type as your standard clock, or if you want to go ahead and use our divider or no spacers at all, it's up to you. Let's go ahead and keep it more of a standard look. And for our international users, you can go ahead and use our custom label option, which allows you to customize what labels you would like. So say if you wanted to something instead of years, as you see, it'll start to go ahead and populate for the plural and the singular version of that. You see how that populates as you go down there. So I'm not going to keep these on. I'm going to just use our standard days, hours, minutes, seconds. Or if you want to go ahead and show no labels, just go ahead and click that hide labels option. We'll get rid of those. And then the last final option, say if you wanted to go ahead and hide the leading 0, is in this 01. We can go ahead and click that, and we'll just go ahead and hide our leading 0. And those are the customization options that you'll have within building our countdown helper. So what you'll do is go ahead and click this create helper icon, and you'll be done creating your helper. And then from here, what you'll want to do is just go ahead and come on over and click this copy link. And from here, inside of your clipboard is going to be the image link that we're going to need to use inside of our email builder in Keap or Infusionsoft. Alright, inside of Keap, what we'll do is come on over and select just a simple template inside of our email broadcaster. And once this loads up, we'll go ahead and drag on an image on over from the options panel. So let's just go ahead and drag this on image. I'll put it right here. And let's just go ahead and select the custom URL. Now let's go ahead and paste this in from our helper builder, and the link will go ahead and populate. And let's just go ahead and make this a little bit bigger, and we're good to go. All right, and that's it. So there's your countdown timer within the email preview. Thank you for choosing MyFusion Helper. Take care.